y'all doing today? Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud. That threw me off for a loop, man. The chemistry. Let me describe to you what I feel when I get on here. Like when I get on here, it's one thing to get on here without a wig. That imagine going to a mall. Every mall, nation and worldwide has them. And it's like, it's this energy ball that if you touch it, it can make somebody's hair just float. What do you think happens when these videos get transcribed into your house? What kind of energy do you think it takes? It's invisible, which is a good. I wish I could see it actually. I'll be doing the matrix like this, oh, getting around it and stuff. But other than that, energy to me is amazing. We can't see it. How does the police speak with other police officers? 10-4. It used to be like, I think analog or something. And some people haven't even switched yet. It was in Seattle News, but you know, it's an invisible interference force. You might as well say it's some type of force, right? Just a metal bar with instruments that's surrounding the areas, while electrical grids keep the circuitry going, that are so complex, that connects with code. They can connect to the magnetic force within that phone based on the Wi-Fi and the data. It's amazing how it communicates. It was no way I was telling myself I was going to allow my laptop to get an inkling of any water on it. It rained today. So I held it right at the core of the openings as I was going in, because it's only two ways. It's only two ways it can go. It's easy to cover up. I covered it up. But yet, this is the second time one of my phones don't have water damage, but got wet. And it's my fault because I tracked the water in. I dropped the cord on the floor and then I plugged it up. It is absolutely my fault. And I'm going to make sure as I was trying to save my major computer, I was forgetting about the bloody water imprint that tracked into my lodge. And I was so disappointed. I was like, poor thing. And I want to get started with CTU work. I would not have left it on the back burner. I don't think y'all back burner type in my category. You are major in my category. Today, I had to take care of business. I paid some bills. I called places. And I made some adjustments to things and did some things. Someone called my phone that was African American, claiming to be from the Trump administration, all the way in a different state, but come from a 208 area code. I recorded him. I could play the tape now, but he was urgent to say he wanted me to do 150 to $400 or something. And I'm like, do you really? I'm thinking the whole time I'm recording him, do you really think I'm going to give you my bank? I gave enough of my bank account information to enough people through trust and building a network, and I succeeded. There has been no issue so far. It is no way I'm just going to readily give my credit card after I already wrote Trump via phone, via a valid text message code number, and said to the administration, I'm back. There is no way I'm going to sit up there. And that's why I stopped. First, I knew it was suspicious when you said you can send me a letter. And then you said, well, can you pay today? That's a sick thing to do, bro. That is the most malicious, disturbing thing you can do, is to portray a Trump administration member, because anybody who works for him, whether low level or high level, is a part of him, and portray him, and then sit up there and extort my credit card information for your cheap thrills. Not on my watch and not on my time. Let's get started with the show. If you hate Trump that much, just sulk over it, yell in a pillow, scratch a bump, scratch a pimple, shave, wash your hair. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. But don't come at me with that sick nonsense to get off on seeing someone that you think is not smart. I don't think I'm smarter than you, with a well thought out plan. But I know that ain't the Trump administration. You really think I don't know what the Trump, whether white or black. I never give out my credit card to them. They try to lowball me, highball me, try to say whatever it takes for my credit card information. That's some sick stuff. They orchestrate it, they rehearse it. Do you really think the only people I ever gave out my credit card information to, I shut it down. And that was BBS Radio. I shut it down immediately once I started figuring out what he was doing with my credit card. He was fucked up towards Rudy Giuliani. excuse me, I'm about to step out of the screen and then back into the screen because what's happening is it's season to go completely through, and that's causing me to not be able to complete my session by showing y'all the project that I'm about to complete. Hold on. Oh, I gotta step out. It's gonna go dark. Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. So let's get started. Hopefully it should work. I've been having so many technical difficulties. Yay, it works. Okay, here we go. This is what we have to do. Um, Read the following article about the impact of what is this? Intranets. Hold on, y'all. Excuse me, I gotta adjust my hair. Okay. The impact of intranets on building a sense of community in the workplace. Companies use and continue to develop internal intranet systems to manage their social technical applications. You know, I had an incident where before intranet system, I have to look up intranet systems. What's on my leg? Get it away from my body. You know, they say if a cord touches you, that's not a good thing while it's connected. And then the fact that you go online and the waves, like I said, I don't know if I explained that, but I ain't gonna go through it no more. But the waves, just imagine what it does. So a private network. I know what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. 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 The internet applications are designed to support the human computer interaction, HCI process, but they are typically proprietary to company employees. Given the ongoing expansion of the social technical applications, conduct substantive research on these applications and respond to the following questions. What are some examples of the did I connect y'all? Good. What are some examples of the consequences of outsiders gaining access, whoa, to the intranet data? They tried it with the governor. They tried it with the governor's office, and where, locating, locating. Locating. I think it would, I want to say Minneapolis pops out, but I don't think it's Chicago. Chicago. They had internet data because it's like a government, and it's like, and it's more, it's like companies everywhere, but you know, McDonald's isn't going to share their data with Burger King because Burger King is going to steal their secrets. When I went to Alorca and Convergys and worked for AT&T, those are two different separate companies in two different states that are AT&T. They told me that if I ever share anything I learned, that they can come back and sue me. And I've kept that promise because I'm just that dedicated to not sit up there and share that shit. I know how to keep secrets. So if you hear something that's the truth, for me, be thankful. I told you. Because I know how to keep secrets, and it good riddance for that. I want that secret kept because I made that oath to AT&T. It ain't about just a paycheck with me when I do this. What are some steps that employees can take to protect a company's intranet and proprietary? They almost broke in. First, they threatened the mayor of Chicago, and then it's disturbing. Like, they broke in, they did something, some type of, they were aware that they either were going to be broke into or they were broken into, and they didn't never find, I never heard a update on if they found the person or not. And that's scary. The government, the federal government and the local government share similarities but act differently with their information. It got to the point where some governors could possibly and allegedly, not saying that this is true or factual, sell off proprietary information on their citizens in that state for organized crime that the police never seem to can solve. And they go undercover, they get a little bit of bad guys, they can't get them all like they want, they stuck in all, while the real people know what's going on, depending on the state. What types of company information should employees not share with one or another, and why? You know, Honorable Governor Little knows everybody that fly into his city of importance and everybody that flies out of his city and state. He has to weigh in what's important versus what's not important. Mixing that with computers, he has to use data calculations on whatever system they use to calculate who is highly secured those airports. And everybody knows who's in that airport. And they have a system. Now imagine someone highly sophisticated sharing secrets of importance, or leaking, or developing some type of technological system hacking software or malware, or you can call it illware, whatever you want to invent that can get in and penetrate their system and just take over the whole fucking system. But they don't know because they never experienced it before. Imagine what people can do. They could be looking at people identification. They could be looking at people they want to harm or hurt. So it's vital to have the right people at the airport at tier levels. You don't think an airport going to share their proprietary information with an employee from McDonald's or something? Not saying McDonald's is bad, but why would someone share and teach someone of just learning how to flip burgers, which is a task in itself? Because just be thankful you got a regular task which is tedious. Oh, it's tedious flipping burgers. No one wants to flip burgers all day. No one wants to flip burgers all day. However, you do what you can. Be thankful and thank you for your service. But all you know is to take cash, clean up, and flip burgers. Why would an airport share that information? How to look and zoom in at people and do all types of neat and cool tricks that I can only imagine with my mind. The possibilities of the technology y'all use. And it's the same on VA. The VA may collaborate with the airport, but not share their secrets. Like, it's it's like, I looked up on Grok conspiracy theories with Boise. I'm not saying they true, but I said I purposely look at conspiracy theories because if they weren't of importance to the government, they would be shut down like a porn site or a pedophile site. If they were not legit, they would be shut down. Do you get what I'm saying now? It's like pleading the fifth. That's that famous word. It's crazy. Anyway, so what should companies do to ensure I'm not gonna go out, I'm not gonna go far left. I'm gonna elaborate from whatever factual information I get. I promise you, I'm just analyzing with my show. I assure you, it is not gonna go into what the government is doing. But like I said, conspiracy theories are of importance to the government because some conspiracy theories end up like sci-fi, end up being factual sometimes with the right people alleging stuff is happening that they allow. Not saying they're gonna do something. I'm just saying that they allow. They have ways other than that. You seen Men in Black. They're not just gonna openly come out and say, "Hey, we're the Men in Black." Now, like I told you, Trump, and I move on and just kill this from here on out. But you should allow a real life alien. You can say all you want. You could be an alien for all I know, but you should allow a real, alleged, but factual, physical alien to actually physically say something. And I bet you, if you interview them the right way and show them America, the world, something, that we have been waiting to see for decades and centuries in some countries, then I bet you'll win the election for 50 more years. That will change the whole atmosphere in the White House. I challenge you on that. They would have to. The secret will be out. The gig will be up. Include a minimum of 3 references. Okay, cool. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that. Okay, yes. This is the next one. Okay, today's date, June 20. We're gonna do it for June. We're aiming at June 27 to send it off by 7 p.m. I don't have nothing to do. I always say that, but I'm serious. I don't have nothing to do really. My dad's birthday is tomorrow and my son's birthday is the next day. So, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let's listen. I like to listen. I want to listen so I can retain it. Let's see how long. Wait, wait, wait. That's not it. Wait, wait, wait. Let's cite this first. Okay. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait, wait, wait. Okay. Where's the report? Where's the report? Where is the report? Do 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 do. It's another part to this, I think. Mm, mm, that's it. Mm. What's all options? Just in case. Um, that's so cool, man. Okay, I forgot to put my name number one. It just says student name. That's like Pocahontas saying World War 22 or 11. Oh, he has the questions on there. She said World War 11. She said World War. So get the joke. Is that someone you want working that done been on this planet more longer than me that don't know what era World War II was in and don't know how to read the only the simplistic value code of two dot line dot line or line. If someone of that personality cannot, Elizabeth Warren, equate to the degree where you don't understand what World War II symbolically means in Roman numerals, what era? I'm not trying to be funny, but what era? Why would you say that? I really am curious. It's not in a disgusting way, in a malicious way. Why would you say World War 11? You gave out false information. Just like is is what a verb? I know it ain't. It's popping into mind. I'm searching. They said it's something a verb, and I looked it up, and it was a verb. It was a verb, y'all. It was a verb. So why are you questioning whether it's a verb? You got your JD, Kamala Harris. You made history as the third known African American Black woman to be a candidate that went against Trump. And you don't know what this particular word that maybe I can't retain right now to deliver and remember. But you're asking, is it a verb? And I looked up the word. I think is love a verb or I don't know. I forgot what word it was. But don't do that to people that I follow, that follow me, to this community spewing that language, to the community outside of your population and jurisdiction spewing that language. Because to the naive person, Kamala Harris, they're going to soup that up and think it's not even a verb or a noun. It was an action word. Stop saying metaphors to the people. Say something that your degree can simplistically countermeasure with the intelligence in your brain. Don't go off with 80, 90-year-old Biden said. Use your own technique. And that is is that all you have to talk about? And you get airtime for this. You get airtime for this. You get paid to go on the air and say, is this particular word a verb, knowing it was. That was an insult to intelligence. Yet you are the third Black woman, and I am the fourth known worldwide Black woman to run as a candidate for president. Don't insult my intelligence. Find new material. Sorry. I'm so sorry. You telling me someone with a lawyer degree? That's all I'm saying. Don't know what a verb is. Someone that took a law degree. A law degree. This isn't small boy stuff. This is the big leagues. They go through logical stuff, y'all. They go through, I don't understand it. Did you just float through there? What is that what they do to y'all? They make it easy for people like y'all to float through school and then people like me to go through bullshit? Because I took a logic class and you don't sound logical questioning that to the people of America and trying to run again for presidency. They feed they you know, I can't prove it, y'all. I can't prove it. I can't definitively say it. But if the world was laughing behind our backs when we were all suffering, some of us, when they feed y'all that BS and they see that you actually retained it and believe it, I have reason to believe that's a joke to them. Because I've seen it happen where people will feed you anything. And if you take it, they will sit up there and laugh behind your back and keep being funny in your face. I just don't understand why you would, with all that degree, you did way more than me. Sit up there and do such an unquestionable thing like you did to America. Oh, it's starting to get good. Okay, this is talking about what the capabilities of their applications can bring. This could be useful. This could be useful. Let's make it boom. We're going to shut this and make it more. This is of interest. I should have ate 2 eggs. Why is these frantic handful developers working? Elon Musk, do you work tirelessly? Did I tell you the joke of how, some people are rich, broke? Like some big tech companies go berserk. They go berserk. I don't think I said it on this main. I hold on. I'm not gonna pause, but I'm gonna skim as I talk. Imagine Elon Musk, a trillionaire, going back to a billionaire by losing $1. by a dollar. He's still a billion, about to be trillionaire. But by that slither of a dollar, he's now denoted to a billionaire. Imagine how that has to feel. Not even on an ego level, but because I be seeing it in the news, how that fake news stuff, they be like, Elon Musk went from trillionaire to billionaire. And they show him with a sad face. They make sure the AI make it look real good or get one of his faces, and try to slap it together. And I'll be like, I don't even entertain it to look to see if it's accurate because the links that they have be all weirded out. And you be like, what the fuck did I just get into? And it be to some weird site, or it'd be like, your computer has been hacked. You press the button and it do get hacked type shit. You know, these people is just it's redundant. But just imagine how that has to make his face feel if he did get deducted a dollar. So he would be big tech broke considered. Now, what's after trillion, y'all? Y'all know if y'all dabbling with trillions of dollars, I know y'all ain't no stupid white man. There's one thing to be a white man and stupid. It's another thing to be that's a waste of a white man, a waste, someone that's stupid. But imagine being an intelligent force. I'll just say force, like Air Force, and all that. You get what I'm saying? A force. And know that you can't allegedly tell your whole assets. Like Elon Omar, millions of dollars ended up zero. How you go from millions of dollars of accountability to zero? But see, trillionaires and gazillion for billion. I know it goes up to Googleplex. Before I this day, I wasn't really even a couple of years ago worried about trillions of dollars after trillion. What does trillion mean? After that word, what does the next word mean? And I said to myself, well, what is the last known highest number? We are nowhere close. It's Googleplex. Now it's infinite. Infinite is just forever. But Googleplex plus one, that's some thinking. That's some long years. That ain't no joke. You couldn't even write that without writing it in an exponent on a piece of paper. Those amount of zeros is almost in the union. It has to be spaced out in the universe. That's how large it is. But it's not forever. Now, do you see the similarities and why? This was before I knew what Googleplex was. The Millionaires Club. I'm trying to make some shirts called the Googleplex Club, you know. So it's you can't go no higher than that unless you put infinite, forever, eternal. And it's another word I don't, but it's just the point that that number is very complex. Now imagine adding infinite plus one. Dang, you'd be forever, right? Now, judges out there that do this on a daily basis in a government building, I dare you to sit up there and say, hey, look, you killed someone. I sentence you, because you know how they say 300 years. And the guys be like, oh, I could take that sleeping. When them soul catchers on the moon come get you, I don't think you want to. It's one thing to be able to get away and hide in a tree, hide under, and they be like, hey, look, we got a dog. Come out with your hands up. And then it go gravely quiet as the dog is just barking. You can get away from that temporarily. That 1 3 second time you think you smarter than the cops. But for the government to allegedly have a soul catcher, there's no coming back from that unless they want you to come back. That's like a hub for souls. And Steve, what's his name? Bob Lazar talked about it in Joe Rogan. They played around with my intelligence with it. This is of importance. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Who is the last name? I hate that thing. That thing was annoying the heck out of me. I was like, what is that thing right there on my screen? Dang. Okay. Here comes the typing. So I got 3 articles plus, where's the other article? One. Wait. I should have 4 references. I got that. What is this? No, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Two bridge. It's this one. I think it's this one. Yay. Where would I put this? What? How would you word a number? What would you do? Oh, they got Newswire up here. Newswire be popping. They be making mad money. I done talked to a couple of them in DC and Newswire. They pretty cool. Okay. Not the wiki guys that be making them fake sites just to make their brand look good, and no one can make you a wiki page. It has to be an outside source, and you have to have a valid resource. But that still didn't answer my fucking question of where does Two Bridge go? That did not. Ooh, that did not solve the problem. Okay, I'm just gonna try my luck. This is really, you know what? I'm not going to sit up there and not worry about it. How can I not worry about the simple question? So I'm going to ask Grok. Tag team back again. Is this in the right alphabetical order? Because it the first one has a 2, and I personally don't know how to word a 2. Don't know how to categorize a 2 on a document. Let me know. While that's going, I'm getting some raisins because it's gonna be a minute. Do I have anything to drink? Okay. Where would the 2 go? The third one? Explain that to me. See, I'm glad I didn't just say fuck it. You see, that would have been very fucked up had I said fuck it. I assumed it would have been the top one. Ooh. So let me. I don't need to do. I'll do it myself. But thank you. Let them know. AB. Yup, that make perfect sense. So just switch this right here. Mm. B. B. Whoa. Mm-hmm. Bach goes to R. Why? You tell me. Is that what I got? Wait. No. This goes, thank God. I like to be. Okay. I knew they kicked me out. This dude right here. Oh my God. Cool. Open it, moderators. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I am about to do this introduction to my project. Follow me at the Kimberly Cloud Show 39 on Facebook. To all you newcomers. That was really good. You know, something different about raisins is that even when you don't want them, they kind of like hit the spot a little bit. I'm gonna take one more bite. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Mm. And I'm a little cautious. You want to know why? I won't say the big man's name, but it's big as day. It says, I'll read it. I'm a little scared to say the connection with me being hesitant of eating these raisins. But it say it was made in 1912. It's been made since 1912. And it's sun made and it's from California. And it's timeless and trusted. Do we trust California? It makes you think. Can we trust Gavin Newsom to run this country? I'm going to ask you one more time. If you can say yes with sincerity after all of the stuff that you saw Gavin Newsom say out his mouth this year, last year, and since he started, then you're just as radicalized as he is. You know they have a mini state of the union in California, and he assured his audience that he may not go to every state of the union, but this was the most important state of the union. I think it happened in 2025, 2026 as he started talking about running for presidency. And then it happened. Something leaked. His friends put him on blast. It's an old clip saying you slept with my wife. Why don't you address that? Gavin, what you doing, bro? You out there swinging on people's wives and stuff. Dang, Gavin. I'll give you that. You are handsome, but internally, you're ugly, man. For real. I'll give you that. You know that. We all know that. But dang, your friend, you tag teaming your friend's wife? Yeah. But this is a man that wants to run our country. Now, his sex life, I can't judge. But then to not know, as I said previously, comparing Honorable Little to not knowing, you wouldn't want to go up in a woman dry. Why would you want a dry state or city so it can burn down to a crisp? And you had no excuse. I just can't comprehend how a governor that know everything that comes in and out of his. I had to say it that way. And now I'm gonna break it down intelligently. If you're governor, you make tough decisions, all jokes aside. You care. You care about the people around you. It's not about how pretty you look. It's not about vanity, about how much you can get a woman to do for you or how much you can get a man to do for you to make you feel acknowledged and powerful. It's not about that, Gavin Newsom. Some people that are super cute, they just get stuff easily towards them. When I get stuff towards me, I cherish that. I bless them with God. And the ones I forgot to, God bless them. I don't sit up there and get a big head over that. When men open the door for me, I don't get a big head over that. I thank God that they were being just love thy neighbor. You want to do the exact explicitive of thy neighbor that is woman or probably even man. I'm gonna elaborate on this in a second. I just want to get them all. Hmm. No, that's not what I hashtag. What? That's not what I was trying to say. How you get that? How you get that? This is not what I copied. Go back, go back, go back. I'm a TikTok refugee. I can't believe they said that. Oh, what happened to that? It was a app because TikTok was something happened, and it was an app that all the Asians went to, and they would make these beautiful dishes, but you couldn't get online because it was all the way out of California. Not California, wow, that's not even far, but all the way out in China. You couldn't get on live, but you can like other people's stuff. But you could get on there. The moderators can see you, which was so funny to me. I'm like, it has the live button, but it's blotched out. It has all the features. And if that's why I look at myself sometimes in the camera, if I can see myself, because I try not to look at myself all the time. But when I see myself, I joke around with myself. Try it sometime in the mirror. Some of y'all do it. Good. Keep doing it. But if I'm about to get in a shower or doing silly shit near a mirror cleaning or whatever I could be doing in a bathroom, natural stuff, and you just walk past a mirror, and it's not about being like ego or thinking you're all that. It's about communicating and finding the tune with the spirit of what God made you to be. Why would you ignore yourself because you feel why? Why would you? How many of y'all done walk past the mirror on yourself because you feel like it would be crazy to talk to yourself? Like, what? Are they going to knock on your door 5 minutes from now saying, we're going to arrest you for talking to yourself in the mirror? It depends on the context of what you say now. I know that personally, but to a degree, I do talk to myself in the mirror. And they had this study back in the 50s. And that's why I have to give it to the government for always experimenting. Mirrors been out for thousands of years since the curiosity of seeing yourself in an ocean or lake. But this particular fast forwarding it, mirrors are 1950, and Russians had interest in mirrors, and they would sit people that was deemed schizophrenic in a mirror and just tell them not to blink and just stare, and they would see things. They would see things after 10 solid minutes because of how their brains were wired. They also experimented with life and death, from what we know, allegedly, that recently or years or decades ago, early decades ago, that when someone passed away, they were able to trace the spirit back to the origin of the location. Now, corroborate that with the soul catcher. Now, how much I got to tell you about conspiracy theories? I have to talk about this sometimes. Hmm. Don't go off all trying to seek refugee in freaking Switzerland. Mm. Let's see if I can get something deeper, because hmm. These are some comfortable shoes. Sometimes when I don't move around a lot, which I've been moving around quite a bit today, but sometimes when it's just the normal sensations of my body, been like that since I was a kid. But I'm 41, about to be 42 to July 3rd, I get like this sensation on the bottom of my feet. Feel like a needle. Just one pinch. And by the way, this is no harm to no one. When I mentioned Gavin Newsom and his possible affairs with other men, I don't want y'all to think that, because I don't know no one's story. Some people were not like they I don't you see what I'm saying? Like, you never know what people been through, man. So this is no diss towards anyone that has told me their story, anyone in my life since I've been, talking and listening. But I want to be, for the record, I wanted to set straight that he lies. He lies so much. And he's in Hollywood. Look at what goes on in Hollywood. That's clue number one. He allows it. He's in the most important state in the country, the most fourth or fifth largest state, and the most important state. 78% of television get produced from Hollywood and scattered around to California. He can keep track of them, but he don't know when a water reserve is bone dry and allowed his people to suffer miserably while you got your goons calling me from KCAA radio threatening to do some harm to me. They're part of the reason why people do the things that they do. Donald Trump, this is important that I stop what I'm doing to say this. The conversation that went down that I refused to talk about. And I needed to talk about Donald Trump. So I started to do another contract with KCAA Radio for 500, which they don't say is $500 a month. This was like months ago. They don't say it's $500 a month on their website that they promoted on. And it all started with Sheila Mack. And I still don't have my footage. She took it off the air. And that's what made me wanted to do it, because I saw the NBC symbol. They're affiliates of NBC. And I can show you right now the NBC symbol that I still have imprinted. But I'm not doing that no more with any company anymore, because y'all are corrupt. KCAA calls me, or I call them, and they sat up there and they stated they did not want to do no business with someone who is a Trump supporter. Now we have some history, and it was skittish. I knew I was being raped physically, out of pocket, that is. But I went along with the bullshit for the reputation. And I'm tired of signing these fucked up contracts with these sick individuals that think because they have all the women dropping to their knees and begging them that I'm going to sit up there and be one of those participants, because it's not going to happen in your world, and it never happened and did not happen in my world. Do you think I would trust you, white, black, or green, with my money or anything that I own, to come over there to visit you or get to know you, knowing you a full-fledged Democrat like Gavin Newsom? I got a saying for that. Shame, shame, shame. I don't want to go to Mexico no more, more, more. And I learned this in kindergarten. Vanity, y'all. I'm almost finished with the part that I need to do, because I want to clear cut how I'm gonna do this, because the next time I get on here there will be no talking and straight signal. I did this for promotional purposes of political, my business, and I did this to start and get a clear, concise, and now I'm going to regress and figure out off camera how to finish constructing it without obviously cheating, of course. And then I will sit on it until the next time tomorrow morning, because I have absolutely, it's Saturday. It's Saturday. I have nothing to do. I done been to Walmart enough. I love Walmart. A guy said he liked my hair. I was like, howdy do. And so, yeah, I was appreciative of that. I think this is good. This is a good vision. I think that's why I talk mostly, because I knew that it's 3 questions. It's actually 4 questions and 5 questions. And I can do this if I do it in the morning and do a 3-hour segment. And let's say at least I get done, because this is a 5 to 7 page paper. No one's saying it has to be a 30-page paper. It's the heart of this whole conceptual project is the researching. I got everything lined up. I got 4 articles. So those 4 articles I'm going to quote from, and if needed, more articles, then research more articles. But I'm not going to sit here and turn this into a 5-hour segment when I know I need to take care of myself sometimes. But I wanted to show you that I am political, as long as I'm not talking about anybody. Like, people have been through stuff. This isn't about you, not you, not you. These individuals have actually did more harm than good to you. All jokes aside, they have manipulated some people all of their life. People actually left this planet believing in Democrats. That is scary, Trump. How much false information was given and executed at the hands of the media, the press, and every other individual that used to watch the news? How much did I absorb? The only truth I got from it is when Bill Clinton was caught in 95. And I already know what a woman scorned would do if they were watching their husband heavily and found out he not only hugged a woman and played dumb, but got what he got from that woman. And it was analyzed on a dress. That only can come from a woman. Ain't no man gonna tell on another man for doing that shit. Case closed. Take care, y'all. Good night.